Okay, I was wrong. What is great about the video I just did, if you've seen it and you're laughing at me, is I'm learning. That's what's great. You learn through making mistakes. Um, it's not like Nikola Tesla or Albert Einstein. They came up with like these ideas just came up to them like they went through trial and error. They went through hell to figure things out. So, this is the stuff I'm talking about is probably basic high school math, high school, what is that, astrology, when you learn about the planets, um, or even middle school. Like, man, dude, I haven't been into school. I haven't been in school for so long, and I hated it. I hated school. I just skated by. I hated it so bad. I did enough to get by, but I hated school. It just didn't. I was bored. I felt like I just felt bored listening to these people. I didn't care what they were saying. They weren't very interesting. The teachers were like boring, and I couldn't. I really couldn't pay attention. Like I couldn't pay attention, man. I was in my own thoughts, and that's daydreaming. So anyway, okay, so this is what I learned. When the Earth spins, I think it spins over like 1,000 miles per hour at the equator, but once you get to the top, and I know this is probably like really generic stuff that everybody knows but me because I'm just an idiot. It's on the axis and it spins, so it doesn't. It's like a merry-go-round. When you're on the outside, it's going really fast, but when you get into the middle, it goes a lot slower. So anyway, there's big issues with just being in space. Because that's what I was thinking. I'm like, why don't we have like space stations further out in space? Like, Elon wants to go to Mars and he wants us to colonize Mars, but let's just like we have to get further out. We're not even that far out. Like they're not even that far. Like when people are on their space station, the longest somebody's stayed in the space station or in space was like it was over 400 some days, like 427 days straight, or 497, whatever. It's crazy how many days he was up there. And then the record for total log time is like over 1,000 hours for one person, and these people like had health effects. So there is a problem with no gravity on your body. And everyone probably knows this in general information that everybody knows, but I'm an idiot and I don't know it. Just sitting out in space, you have to deal with the radiation, the cosmic radiation coming from the sun. So you have to deal with that too. Then you have to deal with there not being any pressure on your body. So then you end up having bone loss. Because like you're just basically always floating. It's like this is the absolute perfect atmosphere for us to be at. Because even on Mars, it's not a perfect atmosphere for us. I think that we're in the exact perfect place. Not too far from the sun, not too close. Mars needs to be a little bit closer, but if it was too close, it could throw us off. It could throw our orbit off. There's a reason. There's a reason why these planets are so far away from each other. I'm sure that everybody knows why they are a certain distance, and everyone knows how they were formed. And I was thinking to myself, the planets are probably just like blobs off of the sun. Like it just kind of like maybe it had like giant volcanoes erupt and just like spat out huge like big globs of uh magma, right? And just like just a huge glob, and then it went out into orbit and started to spin and everything like that. And then it had to have been of like a massive explosion to like just hurl all this out there. But our orbit, the orbit around the sun, that caught some of it, and it's pretty crazy to think about that though, like how in like we can't just like go, and it's so freezing cold too. Like I think it's, oh man, it's probably close to I don't know, but you can't. I should have googled, I should have asked AI that, but it's probably like -4, it's like probably -200 degrees at least. So like basically as soon as you put your hand out there, you just freeze to death. There's no air, there's no like it is so you can't live out there. Like there's no way we can live out there. Even on Mars, the atmosphere is not enough for you to just to live on the surface. This is completely perfect. It just seems like too perfect. So like I don't think that's how everything possibly could have been created by a creator. Like super volcano just blew up, like big, like maybe like half of the sun just like blew itself off, like big chunks just like boop, boop, like of the sun just like, and that's what these planets are, is just chunks of what the sun was like. Some of the more of the solidness, like we think we know, like we've never been there. I mean, there's okay, so I was like thinking like, and time doesn't stand still, but it isn't the same. It's definitely not the same. There is a slight difference if you are not on the gravitational pull when it comes to time. So that's very curious. But like it feels like a damn prison, man. Like we can't go anywhere. We can't, like there's not a solar system nearby we could just like even if it was possible, because I said I wanted just to know how far it would be to get just to get to Pluto, so we could have a space station out there or something and have people live out there. It would take about it probably, like if you just like if it was just moving through space like with minimal like propulsion or whatever. I think it's like it would take about 9 to 14 years to get there, to the outside of our solar system, and it would be, you couldn't have, how could you like, you wouldn't have solar power, so it would be so difficult to survive out there. But like our technology is so limited, um and how AI can like really connect the dots for us. So, like these videos I just made, like trying to figure this stuff out. Like, yeah, like kind of like um getting stuff that regular people, everyone knows but me, is kind of funny. Um but yeah, it's interesting to think about. If we're like, if hypothetically, if you could live, and I guess you can't, because like you would lose your bones. You wouldn't have any bones. So like that makes sense that you would lose bone mass. Um because there's no gravity. There's no need to sustain it. Your body like adapts. That's so crazy. But like, I wonder if you could. But like, then you have to deal with like the radiation too. That I don't know. But my hypothetical thing is like, if you could live outside, if you can hypothetically have a space station that we can create, that it just like self-sustaining, like you can just like, it's just, you can just write it out of our solar system. Their mission is just to keep on going forward, leaving, like they just want to go to the Milky Way and see what happens. That's their destination, and then after that, they might, because it would probably take many lifetimes to get there. Like they would have to probably have kids, and then them kids I don't know, I have no idea. It's very far, and you wouldn't be able to use much power to do that. um and we don't really know like what happens. Like, is it like once you get out of a gravitational pull? Because like, when I was seeing that, it said like when you get close to big objects and you get close to their gravitational pull, like it affects time differently. So like I'm just wondering if time basically stops if you get far enough away from everything. Do you stop aging? If hypothetically we could have a space station like where Mercury is, would I age faster? That's weird to think about, isn't it? Like, would I age faster if I was closer to the sun? Would I age slower if I was farther away from the sun? It's like gravity ages us. I'm carrying on about a bunch of nonsense, and yeah, I mean, what's cool is like yeah, it makes me look like a fool on here, but like you could see my mind working, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I was wrong. That makes okay. It's cool to be wrong, because it's like then you learn. Okay, I was wrong. Oh, that's the correct answer. Now I know the correct answer. Cool. That's how you learn. Trial and error. The best way to learn is from other humans. Video games. Um, the best way to learn is to try to mimic. When you see somebody, like when you're doing something new, and you see somebody, like I don't like to ever go first. I like to see other people go first. Then I can see their mistakes. I can see like how it's supposed to be done. Um, and like that's how you train people. Like you should, like the trainer should show you before you actually do it yourself. But in some circumstances, there's so many people they're training that they're not, like, trainers aren't always the greatest trainers. Like I've encountered plenty of bad trainers that made me just kind of like, okay, I'm not training. I'm not staying here. Like I'm not gonna learn anything else because you're too dumb. I don't know why you are a trainer. I don't even want to talk to you. So like, you don't even seem like you know what you're doing. And you've been here forever. So like the best way to learn is to mimic other people, and then like you innovate off of that. To your style, to whatever you like the best, whatever the best way is good for you, in anything you do. So it's like, I can't imagine the neighbors. I can't imagine them, man. I can't believe they haven't said nothing. Like honestly, I can't. It's crazy. So yeah, that's kind of like that's it for now. But you know, it's just kind of interesting to think about that stuff. You know, like I wonder if like we do age quicker. I bet you we do age quicker the closer we are to the sun. I bet you we do, because it's just like the gravitational pull. We're spinning faster too around that sun. The faster we spin, the faster we age. I think. The faster we go around the sun. So like, that's weird to think about. That is crazy to think about. So that makes me wonder if like we were on some starship, some faraway place, not in any type of solar system. If you're just chilling out there, is time just like not moving? Are you just like not aging? Are you just sitting out there existing? Is that possible for people to stop aging? I don't know, and they think that they know, but they don't know. We don't know. We don't know what's out there. We think we know, but we've never been farther than the moon. And we don't know how to get back to the moon. And people think that we've never even been to the moon. People think that we're in flat Earth right now, which is crazy. And I try to give like conspiracy theory like a chance, because they're intriguing. You listen to something, you're like, okay. Even like the ones that I disagree with, and I'm like, so you think that Trump dodged a bullet, wanted live bullets firing at him, and when he dodged at the last second, and then he put a ketchup packet. He put a ketchup packet right here to get the blood streaming down. And it took out a couple. It took out one. Man, I think he covered his family. What a hero! What an amazing man! What some of those people are saying on the conspiracy theorists, like I hope, like, you know how Alex Jones got sued. I hope that they do that to those people that are saying like conspiracy theorists, like that didn't happen or whatever. Like so you're basically saying Trump that is a murderer. Like this, he planned for Trump supporters to die. Is that what you're saying? Crazy. So like I like to give conspiracy theorists, you know, people used to think this was a flat Earth way back in the day. Who knows if it's all a hologram out there? We don't know what's out there. We think we know, but we don't know. What's the farthest we've had anything put out there is probably around Pluto or something like that. There might be something going farther, but like, you know, the best we could do is try to make something that's a probe that can go far out there by itself, self-sustaining, and see what it can gather. Does time stop? Does time stop out there? That's crazy. Does time exist? Does it exist? Why do we get older? Because of gravitational pull. So will people on Mars age slower than the people on Earth? I bet you they do. I bet you the people who go to Mars and then they come back, I bet you they're the same age as when they left, and everybody else is older. Like hypothetically, I bet you, well, how long does it take to get to Mars? I think it said like 6 months, something like that. I could be wrong. I think it's like 6 months to get to Mars. So you get to Mars, and obviously they're basically, the people who are going to Mars when the first people aren't coming back, like they're going to live their lives out there. They're probably going to be like really young people, and they're going to build, and there's going to be robots that build too. The robots will build the infrastructure. Probably better to have like the Tesla bot start building the infrastructure before the people get there. So like there's vast, it's like you have a start of some type of a base and infrastructure already set up before they actually get there. So hypothetically, I'm a person in 2000 and 145, 2145, and I'm born on Earth, and I'm like, I want to go to Mars. I want to go live on Mars. So I take a 6-month trip to Mars. I'm living on Mars. I want to live there for like a couple years. Kind of like I've been doing in America. I'm kind of like a nomad. I've always kind of been like a nomad. So I go, I want what it's like to live on Mars. So I go live on Mars for like 5 years, and then I come back. So like, I wonder how much the people would have aged compared to me. Like, and if it's a longer period of time, I lived there for 20 years, now I come back to Earth. How much older are the people on Earth than me? I bet you they're older. I bet you I'm younger. Maybe I'm just wrong. I'm probably wrong. It's just funny to think about. Anyway, hopefully everyone has a great Thanksgiving. I had to work on Thanksgiving. Cool thing too, and I definitely want to like say this is, I know for a lot of people it's not a big deal, and I know this isn't a huge deal, but I think this is a pretty big deal to me because I've been at this for so long. I've been trying to, I'm not even like trying to gain any clout off of here no more. Like I'm not gaining any subscribers. It's kind of like I get to a certain point on social media sites where I can't get any farther than I already am. I can see it. I feel like I'm gridlocked. I'm not gonna grow. I can see a couple people following me. It's like on X. I'm seeing people like with a big following liking my stuff that I comment on. And like I'm seeing like today, my favorite journalist, Mario, I commented on his post, and then he liked it. That was cool as hell. This dude he's the most popular journalist. He has a weird last name, Mario DeVault or something like that, but it starts with a D. Dude is awesome. Like he comes out with the breaking news, like all day, every single day. He's posting stuff. You're like, dang man. Like I'm learning before like everybody else. Like I know the like he is so quick, precise. He's on point. Like he doesn't ever get community noted, and like who else like. I mean, I got blocked by Andrew Tate, Sebastian Gorka, Cat Turd. He has like 3 million followers. JoJo, the Jersey lady, or whatever. I don't know, she was a press secretary or something. She's blonde. Like, they see me. And like some of the red pill community, it's kind of funny seeing these guys on here that have so much followers. It's so weird to see them on X, and they're like a little bit above me. Like most of these guys that are on the red pill community on here, they're over like 100,000 subscribers and all that. But when you go on X, most of them are like around like they're all like 28, which is really really good. Like they're not like hundreds of thousands like they are on what you would think, but they're not popular on they're popular on that platform. What you want to do is be popular in every platform. You want to be able to like, you make a profile and then like everybody starts following you because everyone knows who the hell you are. And so you have to be majorly popular for that. So like it's kind of funny to see, like, you know, I get to a certain thing, it's kind of like, this is it. This is as far as it goes. But it's cool. Like I feel grateful. Like it's cool. I made a couple bucks. I spent some money. You know, I spent some money to make music, and I've made a little bit. I probably broke even with it, which is cool. Like I try to invest back in. You know, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna invest back into this. That's cool. You know, like buying premium off of X and stuff like that. But I got 1 million views. I seen the statistics. I don't know when it happened, how many I have, but I had 1 million views, and I was like, that's so cool. Like, even though like over 400,000 of them are just from one video. That's how I got like 1,000 followers too, from that one video. And then after that, it's just like, I can just tell, like, everything I put out now on here is just kind of like, there's a couple people that follow me and they like my videos, which I don't know why they like my videos, but I think they can relate to me, and I don't like when they relate to negative things. I want people to have like, I want everyone to have awesome lives, man. That's what I want. I want everyone to have like good lives. We shouldn't be hating each other and like trying to hurt each other, you know, physically. Like, if it's on the internet, that's like just talking smack, but like when you bring that to reality, that's a problem. Because like I just kind of look at like, I look at it like it's a video game, like it's not real. Like, you know, just like talking junk on X. Like, I'm not trying to and I usually don't. I am ruthless. I'm very. I can be very mean on there. I'm not gonna lie. I can be very cruel and very mean on there. But generally speaking, I don't attack anybody first. And if I do attack, it's usually up, and they never gonna see it anyway. I'm just some like troll. It's just like whatever. They don't care about what I said because they're like really high up, and I'm like a really low peasant. So I usually don't like see people with lower follower accounts and just like go start attacking them and like putting them down, unless they hit me first. You hit me first. You say something to me first. I'm going to be very verbally aggressive to you. It is what it is. I'm not like that in real life. I like to avoid drama because I don't want physical confrontation. I don't want to have to deal with that. I don't want to have to deal with the repercussions of physical confrontation in the real world. It's stupid. If somebody doesn't like me, if you don't like something I said, let's go get in the ring. Let's go box it out in the ring. Fight me in the ring. That's set up something like in a cage where we can, like, whatever, man. Like, there's no need to have like violence. Oh, I'm going to like, you know, like hurt, like I'm gonna take, like they're saying like, I'm gonna just, I can't even say it. You know, like complete threat of violence where people end up going to prison. It's just like, let's just go fight in the gym, man. Let's just go. I'm down. We can go hit the cage, man, 1-on-1. We can have a ref there and everything. You beat me, whatever. I beat you, whatever. But there's no, because like you end up fighting somebody on the street and anything can happen. You know, like you hit them, then they hit the ground, they end up paralyzed, they end up like brain dead, they end up dying. And it's just like, dude, could you imagine having to pay those medical bills? Or like you're responsible, or like you're responsible for somebody's death. Like, yeah, in the moment you were pissed, but you're like, dude, I didn't, like, after all that emotion and all that subsided, you're like, oh man, I didn't, it was just a fit of rage. um I didn't plan it. I didn't want that to happen. It just kind of like, you know, dude attacked me, and then I reacted, and like, I don't ever want to have to deal with that. That would suck. Um, but anyway, like, I'm pretty proud of myself, and I know it's not like some huge accomplishment to get 1 million views on YouTube. But not everybody does it. It's not something that happens all the time for everybody. I know it happens a lot. There's a ton of creators out here. I know it's not a big deal, but like, that was kind of like one of my goals. I want to get 1 million. It's kind of like one of my goals. I want to get 10,000 followers on X. I wanted to have like 10,000. When Tim Pool's like, you have 10,000 followers, that's pretty solid. I was like, I want to get 10,000 followers. I did it first on Getter. I achieved it. No, I achieved it first on TikTok, but that one got banned. Yeah, that account was growing so rapidly. Holy cow. It was so crazy seeing how fast I was growing on that account too. Like, I would put out a video, and like every video I put out was getting like 20,000 views. And then it started going up into the 150,000 views. And it was like, I had a couple that went into the 200,000. And then like I started getting all these followers, and yeah, there were probably a lot of bots, but it's like I got 10,000 followers in a couple months. And then all of a sudden I made a video that TikTok didn't like, and they decided to ban me. So like, that was such a cool experience. It was very short. I wish it lasted longer. I don't think I broke any laws, because I haven't had the FBI ever talk to me. With all the crap I've talked on here, I'm like, and they might come and say hi to me. Like, I guarantee you that the new regime, there's not going to be the only way that they're going to come and talk to me is if they're like, hey, do you think that like this happened to you, or like, there's nothing going to be like, hey, are you going to like cause some like, what did you mean by this message? Were you trying to instigate something with this message online, like trying to get you into something? I don't think that. So I've never had that happen to me before. So you would think if like I said something that broke laws, I would have been already visited by some agents, and I haven't. So like, I didn't break no laws with TikTok. They put us, like, I couldn't imagine. I bet you if Elon Musk ended up like, or just some like conservative, and they're like, they just went in there and they got all their own people in there. They fired everybody, like, you're all out, get the hell out of here. They went in there with their own professionals, highly intelligent people, and they started taking all the censorship off of YouTube. Or Mark Zuckerberg's like taking all the censorship off of Facebook, and he's making Facebook like Twitter. Hey man, if he can make Facebook like Twitter, where I don't have to like fear about my precious family pictures being destroyed forever because I said something that some fact checker doesn't like, but I didn't break any laws, you're going to destroy some precious things to me. That's crazy. That's why I don't use Facebook. I'm so scared to use Facebook. I downloaded the pictures. They're not good quality. You just like, you gotta do a one. It's such a pain in the butt. Like, I wish I could just go in there and just give me this. These are mine anyway. This is my property anyway. Like, why do you own my property? those pictures are mine. If you want to ban my account, go for it. Fuck that account. I don't care. But why are you what are you doing with my pictures? Why are my pictures being destroyed too? I put those up. I took those pictures. They're my property. Are they not my property no more? Maybe they're not my property no more. Maybe Facebook owns them now. And like, why? Why do you want to own my pictures? Why? Like, that's mine. How much money have you made off of me? That's what I like to know. Like, run a thing on my account. See how much money they have made off of me. How much Google has made off of me by putting ads out there for me to try to buy stuff, which doesn't work, by the way. Your ads don't work with me. I hate ads. They annoy the hell out of me. I don't know how in all those years watching all those stupid, idiotic commercials that just wasted my time. Like, what a waste of life. Like, 2 minutes solid of commercials? What the hell? That's crazy. And I had to pay for cable. It's not like it was free. Like, if it was free, I get it. Like, I'm thinking to myself, I've always wondered, like, why do I have to pay to, like, if I pay to watch football, why do I have to watch commercials? I don't care. Like, what am I paying for? I just want to see the game. I want to hear the players on the field. I want to hear what they're saying. Or possibly somebody else's, some different announcers, and then having like a podcast talking about the game as it's going. I don't know. I don't care about your ads. You can have the ads. You can show the ads. They can be presented quickly. They don't have to take 10, like these YouTubers that do these ads for like minutes is like ridiculous. Like, why are you doing like a 2-minute ad on a product? Like, seriously, like right in the middle of your video too. Like, I skip and then it's like they're still doing 2 minutes later. I'm like, really? 2 minutes later? That's crazy. I can see like maybe like a 10-second little, quick ad. Like, here, I'm gonna throw in this, hey, this is a good product, check this out real quick. Just have it on the back wall. Look, the back wall, I got a product. Check that product out. It's really good. I use it myself. Whatever. You know what I mean? Like, hey, like I drink, I don't want to give them advertisement. So it's just like, whatever. Yeah, it's just like, we have water bottles, right? Well, we can put stuff on the water bottles. Like, we can put stickers on the water bottles that show your company logo. You know what I mean? Like, there's ways to, instead of sitting here for like just ruining the conversation, and that's what it is we want people to like finish their point. Mainstream media is like, they just like rushing them. Like, we don't want people, we want it natural, like a natural conversation. That's what people are, that's what they like, is a natural conversation that's not interrupted, that's not edited. We don't want to see edited content. We want to hear, like, when I don't really watch a lot of stuff. Like, I just listen. I listen to a lot of stuff. But you can tell when things are edited. It's just kind of like there should be some space, but there's not. Anyway, my battery's about to die. Pretty interesting stuff that I covered, and I probably sound like an idiot because like everybody knows all the stuff that I was talking about, and I'm just like trying to like figure it out because I really didn't care about it in high school. I really did not care. I didn't care about nothing like that. I didn't care about any subject in high school. I hated school. I hated it. I hated school so bad. I didn't learn nothing. I didn't want to learn nothing. I just wanted to get it done with and get it and move on because I hated school so bad. It was, I'm sure it was cool for the popular kids, man. The popular kids probably like lived it up, but when you were like popular and you're just kind of like on the outside, I had friends and stuff. It's just kind of like you don't have a lot of money, like you're just kind of there's nothing really special about you, and it's just yeah, this is kind of like I just have to be here. I kind of have to be here. My parents go to prison. Um. So yeah, I guess that's it. Take it easy. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.